Hey everyone, it's Suey here. Happy Tag Tuesday. Today I'm going to do a tag that I've seen going around a lot of channels, but particularly I saw it on Carl's channel called Please Read Your Book. Most of the time I've kind of ignored this one, thinking that I couldn't do it for some reason, but he made me think, you know what, you should just totally do this. And this is originally created by Greg from Another Bibliophile Reads. And the idea of this tag is going through some genres and some bookish things from A to Z. It's called A to Z Hot or Not tag, and going through all these bookish words from the alphabet and saying whether you're hot or not for it, I think. Am I right? Do I understand this? I videoed a whole bunch of tags to post while I was on the trip, so if you missed those, I had a string of them for a while. They were really fun to do, but I haven't done one for a little bit now, so I figured I would give this one a try. So let's just go through them. Audiobooks is A. A for audiobooks. Hot or not? I would say hot. Audiobooks themselves, hot. For me, they're a little bit in the middle zone. I am going to add them to my life. I am. I just mentioned in another video that I think that will be one of my goals this year, especially for nonfiction. I think I can do them for nonfiction. For fiction, I'm not so sure about. For everyone else, it's a hot thing. Doing audiobooks is getting bigger and bigger and bigger as we go, and so much easier to access. I feel like it used to be you had to pay for it, like through Audible or something, but now there's Libby, so you have your libraries. As a behind-the-scenes library person, I can tell you that those audiobooks cost a lot for the library to stick up there on Libby. So we should be using them. We should. And I think there's a lot of holds and stuff, and you might have to wait a little bit. But if you get a big pile of holds going, then you're going to have stuff coming all the time at you. So if you just get this rhythm going, that hold thing won't really matter in the end. But anyway, so yeah, audiobooks are hot. And then this next B one, I feel like Greg had to stretch a bit to find a B word or something. I don't know. I can't even say it. Bildungsroman. Anyway, the definition is dealing with a person's formative years or spiritual education. I think I would say hot. I think I've seen other people saying this is sort of like a coming of age story or book, and I love coming of age stories, so I would say hot for that one, I think. C is for children's books. Yes, hot for sure. D is for digital. Yes. I'm guessing ebooks, right? Ebooks. I read probably half my stuff on an ebook. I don't know. That'd be interesting statistic to figure out. E is for experimental. So I'm good with anything that's different and not the norm and break the rules a little bit. You know, I go to a lot of writing conferences and they always tell you all the rules, and then I'm thinking in my head, but so-and-so did this, but so-and-so did that, but so-and-so did this. So those are, I guess, are like people who kind of decided to think outside the box as they wrote their book and be a little bit more experimental. And I think that's great. I'm hoping that's what that one was for. F for fantasy. Yes, I love fantasy. If I get too much of it, then I need to take a break and do something else. But for the most part, I love it. G for graphic novel. I also love graphic novels. I remember when I first tried graphic novels, I wasn't so sure that, I'm supposed to say hot or not. Hot. Hot for fantasy, hot for graphic novels. I wasn't so sure on graphic novels at first, but everyone I've read, I've loved. So that tells you something. H is for horror. For me, I would say cold on this one. I can handle suspense and thriller kind of books, but not so much horror. Horror to me means it crosses the line to be too scary for me. So, but who knows? I don't know if that's a true statement or not. That's just how it is in my brain. I've read horror books, but they're very tame ones. It's not my favorite, so I would say cold on that one. Inspirational. I would say, this seems weird to say, but I would probably say cold on this one too for me, because sometimes inspirational tends to be a little too sappy and a little bit too preachy for me. And I don't like that. I like very subtle messages. Sometimes there's messages that are pretty in your face, and I'm okay with that too, depending on how it's done, I guess. But inspirational is fine. It's just usually not something that grabs me. If that makes sense. J is for journalism. Does this mean like books? I'm not sure. I need an example on this one. But my guess is I would be hot. Journalism is something I love and enjoy. I learned it in school. I studied it. I love writing it. So I would say hot. Kitsch. It has a popular or sentimental appeal. Yes, hot. We'll say hot on that one. Mystery, cold. I'm not a fan of mystery. Sorry. I feel bad about that always. But whenever I'm reading a mystery book, it just seems so boring to me. Like I cannot ever get into the mystery. I don't care about the mystery ever, usually. Suspense books, if you've got a mystery mixed in with a very suspenseful kind of book, maybe. Nonfiction, I do love nonfiction. I've read a lot this year. Hot. Yeah, nonfiction. Hot. I forget what this catchphrases are to this tag. I've read a lot of nonfiction this year, I feel like, more than I usually do, and I love all of them. So it depends on the kind of nonfiction for me, but for the most part, they're also very interesting. And every time I look at that list, like the other day when I did the Goodreads Awards and I was looking at the list of nonfiction, I just feel like I want to read them all. Omnibus. I have no idea what that one means. Okay, I looked up what omnibus means. Why have I never heard this word? A collection of things. A collection, put the novels together in a collection, put the short stories together in a collection. Am I right? I have no idea what I am on this one. I would say hot, because why not? It's just that I tend to not read them that much. Yeah, okay. This is why I was worried I would struggle through this tag a little tiny bit. Poetry. I'm probably a little cold on poetry. Not that I'm against poetry, I just don't read it that much. And it's not something I gravitate to and seek out. Quests. When the protagonist goes on a quest, physical or spiritual. Hot, I think, as long as it's not a boring quest. As long as it's not the same old, if you know what I mean. Yeah, there. That's it on there. Romance, hot, for sure. Love romance. Maybe I don't read a whole lot of the stereotypical romance novels that, whatever that is. But that's not to say I wouldn't. I just haven't, oh my goodness. Like Emily Henry's books, are they considered total romance? Then I like those. Yeah. So, but I like romance in all my stories. S, science fiction. Hot or not? Hot. Love science fiction. T, translation. Books translated from one language to another. Hot. Absolutely. Read all the books from all the places in all the world. I can't read them in those languages, of course. It's translated to a language I can read, and I love it. They're awesome. Okay, U, Übermensch. Mensch. I guess this is like a German word. The Superman or the extraordinary human, characters who can do everything. Hot, because why not? And I think I'm trying to think of characters. Do I love characters like that? As long as they have flaws. They can do everything, but they are very flawed. That makes them interesting, right? V for Victorian, literature from 1837 to 1901. Hot, absolutely love it. W for Western. Hot, I love Western stories. I haven't read a whole lot, but give me a Western romance any day, it's great. X-rated, cold, not my thing. Y for young adult. Hot. And we all know that young adult books are my favorites still. I am old, but I love young adult, and I will stand on that box till the day I die. Z for zeitgeist, spirit or mood of the times. Zeitgeist. Okay, sure, hot. I'm good to go with the mood of the times. I'm good to go with whatever's. Does it mean like trend? Trendy? Yeah, we can do trendy. I'm going to interpret that as trendy, and trendy's fun. There you have it. My hot or not. Most of it's hot because I love everything. Until next time, bye.